Welcome back to Car Flash Drive, where we put the spotlight on cars that are worth your attention. Whether you're a driving enthusiast, someone looking for a new daily driver, or just a fan of automotive design and performance. Today, we're diving deep into a nameplate that sparks a lot of nostalgia but also looks firmly ahead to the future, the 2026 Acura RSX. Yes, Acura has revived a legend, and the question is whether it lives up to the hype, the heritage, and the expectations of drivers in today's world. So buckle up, because we're going through everything in its design from every angle, the interior and tech features, how it performs, the pricing, and ultimately, whether this is the car that should make it to your driveway. The first thing you notice about the 2026 Acura RSX is its bold, athletic stance. It doesn't try to be overly futuristic or cartoonish. Instead, it leans on clean, aggressive lines that echo the spirit of the original RSX from the early 2000s while still making it clear this is a modern sports coupe. Up front, you're greeted by Acura's signature diamond pentagon grille, which has been sharpened for a more chiseled look. The grille itself has a blacked-out mesh pattern with subtle chrome surrounds that add just enough premium flair without looking gaudy. Sitting on either side are ultra-slim Jewel eye LED headlights, now featuring adaptive matrix technology that not only gives you pinpoint brightness but also a razor-sharp signature in the dark. The hood has pronounced sculpted creases that almost look like tendons, giving the front end a muscular but athletic vibe. From this angle, the RSX projects confidence without trying too hard, which is a fine balance many manufacturers still miss. Swinging to the side profile, the RSX keeps things low and sleek. The roofline arcs smoothly, almost coupe-like, but without the exaggerated slope that kills rear passenger headroom in many cars today. Acura was clever here. They've given the RSX a fastback silhouette but engineered the glass and the rear quarter panels in a way that maintains usability. The side mirrors are aerodynamically shaped with integrated LED turn signals, and the door handles sit flush with the body, a detail borrowed from Acura's higher-end models, giving the car a clean, wind-cutting look. The car rides on 19-inch alloy wheels as standard, with optional 20-inch light-weighted forged wheels if you step up to the Type S variant. Acura also offers multiple finishes, from dark gunmetal to a polished two-tone, letting owners inject a bit of personal style. What's striking about the side view is the way the character lines flow seamlessly from the front fender to the rear haunches. It gives the RSX a sense of motion even when it's parked, which is exactly what you want from a sports-oriented coupe. At the rear, Acura went for a bolder look compared to past models. The taillights are slim, aggressive, and run across the width of the car with a striking LED signature that makes the RSX instantly recognizable at night. The rear bumper integrates functional air vents, and depending on the trim, you'll either get dual oval exhaust tips or quad circular tips on the Type S, all finished in brushed stainless steel. The rear diffuser is functional as well, channeling airflow under the car, and it's complemented by a subtle but effective ducktail spoiler integrated right into the trunk lid. Acura also offers a carbon fiber wing option if you want a more track-focused appearance. The rear design really ties the car together. It's aggressive but refined, sporty but not overdone. And importantly, it has that kind of look where someone driving behind you knows instantly that this isn't just another commuter car, but something more special. Open the doors and step inside, and you'll find that Acura has made the RSX's interior a blend of driver-focused sportiness and everyday livability. The seating position is low and snug, but not cramped. The standard seats are heavily bolstered sport seats wrapped in synthetic leather, while the higher trims and the Type S offer genuine Milano leather with Alcantara inserts and optional contrast stitching. The flat-bottom steering wheel feels chunky in the hands, wrapped in perforated leather with paddle shifters neatly tucked behind. Acura's digital gauge cluster is a 12.3-inch fully customizable display that lets you toggle between classic tech and speedo layouts, minimalist information-only screens, or even performance readouts like G-force meters and turbo boost gauges. Right in the center sits an 11.5-inch touchscreen infotainment system that finally ditches Acura's old frustrating touchpad interface. It's intuitive, sharp, and responsive, with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and built-in Amazon Alexa integration. But the RSX doesn't just focus on tech, it emphasizes the tactile feel of driving. The shifter is short, mechanical, and precise if you go for the 6-speed manual, which thankfully is still offered for enthusiasts. Automatic buyers get a 10-speed dual-clutch transmission with lightning-fast gear changes. Acura has also integrated drive mode selectors right on the steering wheel, so you can swap between comfort, sport, and track settings without taking your eyes off the road. The sound system is a 16-speaker ELS Studio 3D setup tuned specifically for the cabin, and it's honestly one of the best in the segment, delivering crystal clear highs and punchy bass that makes even long drives a pleasure. Space-wise, the RSX is comfortable for the driver and front passenger, and while the rear seats aren't limousine-like, they're usable for adults on shorter trips, something you can't say about every coupe in this category. Cargo space is also decent, thanks to that fastback trunk opening, meaning this isn't just a toy, but a car you could actually live with day to day. Now, let's talk about the heart of the RSX. Performance. Acura gives buyers two primary engine choices. The standard RSX comes with a turbocharged 2.0-liter inline-4 producing around 280 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque, sent to the front wheels. With the optional SH-AWD system, torque vectoring comes into play, giving the car more stability and grip when carving through corners. This setup is already plenty quick, sprinting from 0 to 60 in about 5.5 seconds. But where it shines is its balance between power and efficiency. On the other hand, if you're craving more excitement, the RSX Type S cranks things up with a reworked 2.0-liter Turbo 4 pushing closer to 320 horsepower, paired exclusively with the SH-AWD system. The Type S also gets adaptive dampers, upgraded Brembo brakes, and a sport exhaust system that gives the car a more aggressive soundtrack without being obnoxious. Acura has struck a solid balance here. It's fun and engaging for spirited driving, but it doesn't beat you up on the daily commute. Fuel economy is respectable for this segment, with the base RSX returning around 28 miles per gallon combined and the Type S landing closer to 25 miles per gallon combined. When it comes to pricing, Acura has positioned the RSX smartly. The base RSX starts around $36,000, which makes it an appealing entry point for younger buyers or those looking for a stylish daily driver with a sporty edge. Step up to the A spectrum, and you're looking at the low $40,000 range, with added features, sportier design touches, and a few more tech perks. The Type S is the range topper, landing in the mid to high $40,000 bracket, depending on options. That puts it squarely in competition with cars like the Toyota GR Supra, Nissan Z, and even base-level BMW 2 Series coupes. Acura's edge here is that you're getting a well-rounded package: performance, daily usability, Acura's reliability reputation, and a premium badge that doesn't stretch into the luxury tax territory of German rivals. So, what's the verdict on the 2026 Acura RSX? In many ways, it feels like Acura finally remembered what made enthusiasts fall in love with the brand in the first place. The RSX is stylish without being over-designed, quick without being impractical, and premium without being overpriced. It's a car that brings back the joy of driving, especially if you opt for that 6-speed manual, while also making sure you've got the tech, safety, and comfort features expected in 2026. It's not just a revival of an old nameplate, it's a statement that Acura still knows how to make cars that stir emotions. That wraps up our in-depth look at the 2026 Acura RSX. If you enjoyed this review, hit the like button to support the channel, subscribe to Car Flash Drive if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments, would you pick the RSX over its competitors, or is there another coupe in this price range that has your attention? As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next drive.